Toyota halftime.
Welcome back, everybody. Stephen A. Smith, Jalen Rose, Mike Wilbon. We got a few good games tonight. Let's go to a couple of them right now. How about Boston versus the Cleveland Cavaliers? We might see a playoff matchup between those two late fourth quarter. Cavs up 1. Donovan Mitchell can't get the jumper to go, but Malcolm Brogdon saves the loose ball. Look at what happened. Jaylen Brown takes it the other way. Euro step. Yes, Jaylen Brown, Jalen.
Doing a terrific job of attacking the basket in transition. He and Jason Tatum, that's when they're at their
Look
best.
at Karis LeVert with the step back 3. Donovan Mitchell wasn't the only one to have 41. He did too. Cavs going to win 132-123. The Lakers, T-Wolves, no surprise here, y'all. Late second quarter, Russell Westbrook turns back the clock. Check him out. Drives and spins. Look at him right there on D'Angelo Russell and gets the layup to go. Westbrook rocks the baby. Lakers down 4 though. 20 seconds later, LeBron with the give and go to Westbrook. Back to LeBron. Yeah, Wilbon.
Okay, you don't have to shoot threes. He can still pass the ball and
But guess what?
the ball.
But when you can shoot threes like Anthony Edwards, look at that right there. Timberwolves get the win, 111-102. Y'all saw the final score. Jalen, what did you make of the Lakers? 0-5 on the season right now.
Well, I'm just watching for the temperament of one LeBron James. He hasn't been on the team that has been this inept since his rookie season. And when you're in the room, they say the most honest people are kids and elderly. And LeBron is that in NBA year. It'll be interesting to see how he responds to these struggles.
You know it's bad when everybody's sitting there and giving the Lakers a round of applause because they shot 9 for 29 from three-point range.
The best of the year.
Okay, and it's their best of the year at 31%, Wilbur.
It was their best of the year. I know. It's like grading on the curve, right? You got to do that with the Lakers. I thought they hung in there pretty well considering the size advantage Minnesota has, and yet no Anthony Davis.
No Anthony Davis. Rudy Gobert, 22 points, 21 rebounds. Of course, Anthony Edwards with 29. What's your expectations for Minnesota this year?
I like what Minnesota did in the offseason by going after Rudy Gobert because here's the thing I want to put out there. You want to keep Anthony Edwards as long as possible.
Yes.
So you feel like you're going for it. I like that Twin Tower move. Karl Anthony Towns won the three-point contest. He's a knockdown shooter. I like it.
Real quick, your expectations for Minnesota this year?
I want to see them get smarter and savvier and grow into. It's not just physical. We know they got the physical talent, Stephen A., but they can't have any meltdowns. It's beyond that now. You got veteran players.
Playoffs with a chance to get out of the first round.
There you go.
You saying playoffs with a chance to get out of the first round. You saying you want them to be smarter.
Yes.
We wish the Lakers were smarter and could play better and could talk about the playoffs. But we're not getting that from the Los Angeles Lakers. Excuse me?
They still trending.
That is true.
They're not going to lose to Utah.
Excuse me.
They're not losing.
You don't know who they'll
They're not
lose
losing.
to based on what you see. They're losing to
Jordan
everybody.
Clarkson.
What's their record now? 0 for 5. That's what I thought. Back with more in a minute. Next thing you know, look at this right here. That Landry Shamet? Off the three. Look at that right there. Phoenix!
Of numbers for the Lakers right now. I mean, they're a meme anywhere you look. It's been the worst in the league by almost any metric. They rank dead last in offensive rating and points per game, and it doesn't matter where they shoot from. They rank last in field goal percentage and in threes. Greeny, what do you make of this?
About the same thing that you make of it. It is a complete mess in Los Angeles, and I think we have reason to believe that tonight is not the night. It's going to start getting better. We've got Stephen A., Michael Wilbon, Jalen Rose. We'll talk here in a moment, but first, let's go to Woj for the very latest because he has insight on 2 of the Lakers' big 3. News on Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook. Woj, what do we know?
Well, Greedy, Darvin Ham has just ruled out Anthony Davis for tonight's game in Minnesota with a sore back. There's optimism he'll be back Sunday in Denver. But Russell Westbrook, and we reported earlier today that the Lakers were going to start to bring him off the bench, make him the lead playmaker for that second unit. But there was some thought that if Anthony Davis was out, he could remain one more game in the starting lineup. But it appears that Russell Westbrook's streak of 1,007 consecutive starting games in the NBA, third best behind Chris Paul and his teammate LeBron James, that he will come off the bench tonight and for the foreseeable future in LA. I think the Lakers want to see with Russell Westbrook playing on the ball now, leading that second unit as in a playmaking role to see if that can help jumpstart Russell Westbrook and this Lakers bench. The question will be, do the Lakers, even on their second unit, have enough shooting around Russell Westbrook to make that work?
So far, there's been no evidence that they do. Woj, we'll see you on Countdown shortly. Let's bring it here. Meanwhile, I think We all have talked about it at different times. Wilbon, you were the first one he has missed since coming to LA. But how do you think it will work when Westbrook starts coming off the bench?
Not all that well. I mean, first of all, the bigger picture here, other than individual scrutiny, the Lakers aren't good enough. Let's just start there. But Jalen has said something that has convinced me over the past few weeks, and Jalen started talking about this earlier. Okay, if you're going to do this, do it now. That was last season. Because now it does. It seems like it's punishment. It seems like, okay, we're blaming him, so we're going to change his role. Not we're going to get creative at the beginning a year ago to try something, to be creative, to be proactive. So, Greeny, now what is this going to do? Who's Russell going to make plays for? I still think he has that in him. I still think he could do that on a second unit at a very high level for perhaps a contender, maybe a secondary contender. But tonight, now, the rest of it, what do they got?
What do you think, Stephen A?
Russell Westbrook is shooting 1 of 12 from three-point range. That is 8%. He can blame everybody else all he wants to. It doesn't get away from single-digit percentage three-point shooting. Now, I will confess that bringing him off the bench sort of emboldens him to some degree. And here's why, fellas. Because you know you don't have shooters around you. You know it's not all your fault, okay? And so now putting you in this position when everybody looks at the roster that you have around you actually buffers the position he could take. It ain't me, okay? Now, on one side of the fence, you hear from Lakers personnel, Lakers management, and their attitude is we're going to have him lead the second unit. It's amicable, it's no problems. No problems whatsoever. On the other hand, you hear he went off in the locker room and went at a guy like Rob Pelinka, and I want out of here, okay? So we don't know what the hell is going on other than this. The Lakers can't shoot. Their roster isn't good enough. I fully expect them to go 0-5 after tonight. And on First Take the other day, I made an argument that it is conceivable that the Los Angeles Lakers start off 0-11, if not 1-10, based on the next 7 games that they have.
This is a pivotal point for Russell's career, and the two things that come to mind are legacy and longevity. And how he accepts this is going to be the difference between him playing a few more years or not.
Yes.
So if I'm him, this is time for him to be selfish and literally have a good attitude, be productive, and show that you're willing to reinvent yourself. As an athlete, the more you move around, the less your role is an impact to the team. That's just how it works. So now he has to show that he's willing to play that role and also still be that leader, still be the person that goes hard, still be the person that has a good attitude, even though you're not starting for the first time.
We will talk